Happy Prosperity Team for this week's episode of Grow Your Mind and Money. Tonight, we are interviewing Michelle Puckett. She is the CFO of Designer Diva, LLC. She has built her company on a foundation of integrity, faith, and the willingness to go out on a limb. Michelle is the woman behind the curtain managing 20,000 square feet of designer resale clothing. She's also the primary force of having Designer Diva grow in prosperity by leaps and bounds. Michelle is all of that and a bag of chips. Now, Michelle has experienced the other side of the mountain, the valley, and the mountaintop, and has used those challenges to weather many storms as she expands her empire in ways that empower people and communities. Michelle's willingness to stand on faith, sweat, and grit has made her an example for entrepreneurs everywhere. She is a champion for humanity. And, of course, Happy New Year to you listeners, new and old. It is time to start the show off right. We start off with some wonderful spoken word from none other than Shawnee, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry.
Thank you, Choir Storm. Hey. It's Shawnee the Poet, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry. And tonight, we are welcoming 2016, and it is already going to be an amazing year. I actually have something a little different to start off the year. I lost someone near and dear to my heart, and he has been amazing. He has been amazing. He's touched so many lives. So in honor of his legacy and his life, not his loss, but his life, we are going to hear something from the MC Zen. We're going to hear a piece called Baby. So, hey, DJ, that mic is hot.
That this is gonna hurt me as much as it does you. After all we've been through, trips to a river, summers to Malibu. I'll be spearing on stage, looking at you in the front row. My number one fan, my wrist, my right hand. I swear I planned for us to be together and reconnect in the promised land. But destiny had a hand I didn't see. My love will be tested. I confessed it to my family and friends. Walking around with that goofy ass grin, wearing matching outfits. Another dude look at you and I trip. Who would have thought a love like this was his? For the first time on my biz, had open doors. No secrets, no skeletons, in it to win. Bend over backwards from the beginning. 2,000 count winning, big whips, 50 minutes. Baby, it hurts me, but I got to go. I can't take this party no more. Baby, it hurts me, but I've got to go. I can't take this party no more. Like Jenny, this is the way love goes, I suppose, but you never know what will unfold. When you mix energy with divine chemistry, created our symmetry, the way you move with me. Happy thinking you were my Betty, ain't by any means like Malcolm, I was ready to protect and serve, like every goddess deserves. But you swerving through a curve, left me sitting on the curb like word. I know this ain't me, and this can't be your destiny, the bigger and me. Short and agony while I was on the road. You knew my role when you chose to roll, when you chose to hold the throne. Now when I come home, I never know what you'll be on. So I don't know how long I can hold on, but I'ma be gone till November, or maybe December. I hate to tell you, baby, it hurts me, but I've got to go. I can't take this party no more. Baby, it hurts me, but I've got to go. I can't take this party no more. Tell your mom I'll miss her, won't miss her because of us. But I need a little little time to clear my mind by seeing this through. But at this point, I can't take being in the same room as you. Infidelity and you didn't go together, at least not in my mind. You know my grind and I don't have time to be worried about what's mine. If it's better for you, then fine. But let me remind that to a time when you were unrefined. And my light I shine so you can find a path to the divine. Now I feel mine. Duty is done. Maybe you'll be a better king to someone, true to someone, and love someone besides yourself. I pray for your health, wealth, and security, and that your person and purity, so you can be the queen you're supposed to be. Let's let a couple seasons pass and we'll see. But baby, it hurts me, but I've got to go. I can't take this heartache no more. Baby, it hurts me, but I've got to go. I can't take this heartache no more. Baby, it hurts me, but I've got to go. I can't take.
So you just heard Baby by Zen. And again, rest in heaven. My heart is still a little heavy along with all of Houston, I'm sure, that he's touched so many lives. He was on SOS radio for a long time, always an open platform, beautiful spirit, and he had allrealradio.com, so you can still find some of his music there. And I will keep you guys posted on what we are doing and what's coming up, the funeral and everything. They do have a GoFundMe page, so I'm going to try and get all of that information and details. To all of you listeners who know and love Zen like I did, Happy New Year, beautiful people. But before we continue, it is time for Money Making Thoughts. So, Ronnie B., what do you have for us today, love?
Well, first I want to say snap, snap, toe, tap. It was jam.
Thank you. Yes, it was. That's one of my favorites.
Snap, toe, tap. But we do have a money-making thought. Faith. I am meant to live a great life. As I begin the new year, I step out in faith. I am excited to know that God has given me all I need to have a great life. Quote, it is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. I gratefully accept. The energy, life, and love of Spirit move through me easily and effortlessly. I open to divine ideas and discern what is mine to do. I am blessed with unlimited possibilities to experience God. Opportunities to connect with the divine arrive in new and unexpected ways. I am now conscious of others expressing kindness, joy, and peace. I feel one with all that is. I feel certain that my circumstances will work out favorably, perhaps in unimaginable ways. As I deepen my connection with God, my faith grows ever stronger. I am meant to live a great life. What I have learned about myself and growing my mind when it comes to the theme faith and the action I will take. I am open to define ideas and discern what is mine to do. And I have gotten that you are either open to divine ideas or I'm not open to divine ideas. And when I'm not open to divine ideas, then I'm being stubborn and righteous, and it usually does not turn out very well. And faith. There is no faith without action. That is called talking about. And I may get scared, but in the face of my fear, I will step out on faith. It's time for our special interview with Michelle Puckett. Empress, Nakia,
Yes.
please take it away.
Thank you, Ronnie B. Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, everybody. Woo! 2016 is finally here. Well, in this part of the show, we will learn about a challenge Michelle faced in having her dreams fulfilled. A challenge that knocked the wind out of her sails. Somehow, some way, she kept going and turned that challenge from seeming defeat to victory. Michelle, thank you so much for being on the show tonight.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. Thank you.
Well, we are definitely honored that you chose to spend this first Tuesday with us for our show. Michelle, please share an incident or time in your life that knocked the wind out of your sails when the going got even rougher and you felt like you were lost. Please be as specific as possible so we can truly appreciate what you were experiencing.
I can answer that for you, Nakia. It was March 15th, 2003, and I have a son, my only son, and he had moved here to Houston from LSU to finish up school here in Houston at University of Houston. And he was on his way home from work one night, and someone hit him head on his motorcycle and knocked him into a guardrail post and broke the bike into two pieces and left him lying on the road. And it was a hit and run. They left him. And God had sent some angels that night to stop because my son was laying in the road and it was dark. He was a half a mile from home. And they hailed them and called, 911. The life flight landed and took him to the ER. And that was a phone call I never wanted to receive. And, when I got to the hospital, it was just taken to a private room. But thank God he only had, two little marks on the outside of his body and everything was on the inside,
Wow.
terribly damaged. And I just prayed immediately, and I just told him that he couldn't move because they'd given him something to stay still, and said, I said, you're going to be okay. You still look good. We're going to get through this. And that was, wow, that was life-changing. That was soul-searching, and we went through nerve transfer surgery, sold everything we owned because it had all be done right away. He was partially paralyzed on his left side and broken vertebrae, severed nerve at spinal cord and broken ribs and punctured lungs, and it was just a laceration of the spleen. I could go on. Contusion of the brain with bleeding, but that was a very hard time.
Wow. Well,
And,
can't
I
even
could
imagine.
go on. It was just, we stayed strong with each other and as my son and my friend, and God right there with us the whole way. But it was very hard, very hard.
Well, in saying that, during that time that you were dealing with this particular situation, wow, did you blame other people or your circumstances or yourself? I mean, I'm sure there was plenty to go around at that moment. What is your take on that?
Yes, I was like, this can't be true. This can't be happening. The people who owned the apartments we lived in, I lived upstairs, he lived downstairs. They were going to make us move out. So here's my son in ICU, And I'm like, give me time. I can't move. So I had to, an angel sent a nurse to come sit with my son. It's just unbelievable. And I went and moved 2 apartments by myself and loaded them all up, boxed up everything. And then I found a place the next day and I moved everything there. And so it was like, okay, I run back up the hospital. He was in ICU for over a month. And so I just blamed everyone at this point. I'm already starting to get, I was getting bitter and why is this happening? And I was tired. I never left the hospital. It's my baby, my only son. And so, and at that point, I was just crying out to God. And I never left ICU. They let me stay in there and I sat on a little footstool. And the only part of his body I could touch would be his feet. And I'd massage his feet, but I always sat right there in a little corner watching all these people come in with blood going everywhere. And I just, pray over my son. And it was just an experience that I could draw in detail of everything that happened every day, even after all these years.
At what point did you stop caring about who or what to blame in this situation? And I'm sure it was a struggle, it was a challenge, and, being put out of your apartment in a time that you were going through such a devastating experience. I'm sure it was difficult for you to move forward. So at what point did you actually stop caring about who or what to blame?
It was one day in the hospital. I remember it very clearly. I sat down, just went against the wall, and I slid down to the floor, and I think shift was changing. I remember the floor was white tile, and I remember people walking by, and I just slid down the floor, no one paying any attention to me. And I just looked down, and I was just crying. I was like, God, I know you won't give me anything that I can't handle, but I really don't know what to do. I need help. I have no money. I need help. And I kept watching the people walk by and praying, looking down, never looking at anyone, just their feet, only their feet.
Wow, and how ironic. You're looking at their feet and you're rubbing your son's feet, which is the only thing that you can touch and have that connection with him and just to let him know that you're there. Wow. So when would you say that you started to see the light and hope of possibility? And what steps did you take to start that journey towards that light?
Well, as I was watching everyone's feet walk by and, feeling sorry for myself at this point, there's this hand that appears in front of my face. And I reached up and I grabbed it. She said, come with me. And it was a social worker at the hospital. She's still there this day. And she took me and she said, okay, we're going to get resources. And he was a crime victim, and we're going to get you back on track. It's going to be okay. We're here for you. And she said, I'm here for you now. And she said, God's with us.
Wow.
And she just scooped me up and, took me down the hall a little ways to talk to me.
Wow. Well, he definitely extended his reach and touched the entire situation. So thinking about our theme of faith, wow. What words of wisdom will you share with our listeners regarding faith?
One thing is just don't ever give up. Keeping that positive energy is really hard to do. But I've been determined that every day this year I will have nothing but positive energy. And I have and that's going to happen. But one thing I always say, and I tell this, I have it inscribed on my iPad, is aspire to inspire before you expire.
Wow.
So aspire to inspire before you expire. And I have always held on to that because it makes sense. Inspire someone and inspire them. And before you leave this earth, and we're all joined again in heaven, you go, yay, we all did this together.
Wow. Well, Michelle, it's been an honor to listen to you and speak with you in this first segment of our show. You have truly shared something so precious to you that I'm sure there's so many people, listeners out there, that have also experienced different scenarios and situations, but can definitely empathize with you as well as sympathize with you regarding this experience. And, we appreciate you and pray that your son continues to heal and move forward and progress in this season of faith. So thank you so much for sharing and being transparent and allowing us to feel and really see a different perspective inside of you. So,
and Nakia,
yes, ma'am.
And one thing, Nakia, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just want to say, God is always just there from the heavens, like right in front of you. Like I'm opening my hands up, just reach up and grab them. Just try it. I mean, I have to really stress that to the listeners tonight.
Oh, absolutely. And I envisioned all of that as you were sharing with us, and I could definitely believe that the listeners are really experiencing this moment with you emotionally as well as mentally, and just in sincere thought and compassion. And I know that we will hear more from you, Michelle, later in the show.
Okay,
and
thank you.
Myself and the listeners, I'm sure, are very anticipatory in what it is that you would have to share with us. Right now, it's time for A Prosperous Spirit, and I know Miss Cookie is listening, and we are keeping her lifted in prayer. And so Quiet Storm is going to take over that segment for Miss Cookie this evening. Quiet Storm, please take it away.
Thank you so much, Nakia. Prosperous Spirit. Lord's Prayer. God is with me and all is well. If I'm not sure how to pray or even what to pray for, I remember the advice of Jesus and pray the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Focusing on God sharpens my understanding of what my true need is. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. I let go and let God bring divine order into every area of my life. Give us this day our daily bread. God blesses me with enough. I have only to ask God, and God will provide. And forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. Just as God forgives me, I forgive others. I release grudges and trust God to clear up misunderstandings. Most of all, I forgive myself. I am grateful to God for all my blessings.
Stay tuned for In the Kitchen with Miss Cookie and Quiet Storm featuring music from Mighty Men of Faith on the corner. We'll be right back.
Another day, another restless night, crying myself to sleep. Another day of relentless phone calls from credit card companies demanding payment. Another day wondering if filing bankruptcy or getting one of those debt consolidation loans is the only way to go. A friend said, stop crying. Call Sharon, the debt destroyer. Sharon and her team of experts work hard to help you eliminate your credit card debt and get you and your credit back on track. No bankruptcy? No loans? Your credit card debt eliminated? I called Sharon, and her team of experts went right to work with a plan that made sense. I am sleeping peacefully, knowing my credit card debt is being destroyed and my credit is getting back on track. Have your credit card debt destroyed and get a good night's sleep. Contact Sharon, the Debt Destroyer, at yourdebtdestroyed.com or call 888-431-2829, extension 2.
Welcome back. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money. And baby, you better believe that we do it all with love. I wish I could say that something was feeling good in the kitchen because I'm hungry. But my poor Miss Cookie, she's not here today. And she didn't send us no recipe. And we're very sad. Miss Cookie, come back to us. Okay, so we apologize for not having a recipe. We're going to go ahead and slide on over to the corner to Quiet Storm, Smooches and Rosa.
Thank you, Shani. Well, Miss Cookie's kitchen is closed, and you know, Miss Cookie does not like anybody in her kitchen when she is not there. So we're going to throw on some music, and tonight we are featuring music from Mighty Men of Faith out of Union City, California, with their album, Nothing But Grace. Now, as you know, we ask our team to vote whether they think the track should get a smooch and a rose or we need to get the shovels for more fertilizing.
Can I borrow Miss Cookie fertilizer?
Well, it is standing by. And we're going to go to our first track. The first track, this one is called Run and Go Tell It. Let's hear it.
God sent a message and he wants me to go. From where I stand, I'll follow him, I'll find a way to go. I'd rather have it than some silver and some gold. I'm lost without him, I can scream and shout it. Father, forgive us so we know not what we do. So much better than I was, and it's because of you. And I'm crying to you, Lord, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. And I'm praying that you help me find a way. Gonna spread God's message, gonna spread God's word. I'm running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. What God has done for me. Running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. What God has done for you. I'm running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. What God has done for me. What God has done for me is what God can do for you. Jesus loves us, oh yes, for this I know. And the Bible tells us this, I have to let you know. I'm just trying to be faithful and spread the news. Just be thankful to Him for what He did for you. I'm gonna spread the Lord's message, I'm gonna spread the good news. And my Savior's coming back, so all you got to do, just believe in your heart, your soul will cry out. And I'm crying to you, Lord, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. And I'm praying that you help me find a way. Gonna spread God's message, gonna spread God's word. I'm running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. What God has done for me. Running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. What God has done for you. I'm running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. I'm running, go tell it. what God has done for me. 'Cause what God has done for me is what God can do for you. And I'm crying to you, Lord. I just don't know what to do. And I'm praying that you help me find a way. Gonna spread God's message, gonna spread God's word. I'm running, go tell it. Running, go tell it. Gotta run and go tell it. Running, 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 go tell it. What God has done for me is what God can do for you.
All right, you heard it. That was Run and Go Tell It. Well, we're going to go right to our panel. Panel, was Run and Go Tell It a track that will get smooches and roses or some free fertilizer? And I would like to start with Mr. Ronnie B.
Well, first off, I think that they can jam, they can harmonize, they can jam. I have to give them that. Gospel isn't my genre, but good music is good music, and they could do the darn thing. The thing that I thought was really challenging was not coming off as a Boys to Men sound-alike. And they were right on that edge, but they were them. You could get, no, this is us. You know, we're not duplicating. They were right on that edge, so I'm giving them some smooches and roses. Mighty men.
All right. Mr. Ronnie B has spoken. Okay, well, let's go on to Miss Sunshine Princess of Poetry. Shani, are you running to go tell it?
Oh no. I was kind of on the fence with that. They could harmonize, but I was not sold on that track at all. There were aspects that I liked and some that they could have just kept. And Miss Picky is all in my ear talking about fertilizer. I'm not going to start the year off like that because I hear her. Miss Picky starts talking to me. I hear her in my ears telling me to fertilize it. She gave me the key. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not starting the year off like that. I'm going to give it a rose because I'm not giving no sugars to that. Now, go run tell that. Go run tell that.
I think I got it. All right, and we are going to segue and shimmy-shay over to none other than Lady Nakia herself, the Empress of Faith. Empress of Faith?
Yes. And as much as I love gospel, don't act like that. Mr. Ronnie B, this is my analytical side. This is where I get to be analytical. Yeah. Great voice. I like the harmonizing, all of that. I think the music kind of overshadows the words, the content, because I understood, run and go tell it. I got it, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go testify, and bring people forth, so they can have their souls saved and so forth and so on. However, the music itself was a bit more secular than what I would have desired, because I can't foresee that just sitting in a church house being sung with that level of music, the music itself. The words, yes, the music is too secular for me. Even though I liked it, I got it, but I couldn't, my spirit couldn't really receive what they were presenting out there to me. And I'm an Empress of Faith, so, you know I love the Lord. I will profess and claim and all of that, but I'm not holier than thou. I'm definitely humble, and I know my place. So I'm going to have to give it, I'll give it a smooch, a couple of smooches, but I'm not going to give it any roses, because I'm going to have to back that truck up a little bit and say, lie. Well, just a little bit, because I would like them to go back and revisit the music, to bring it in line with the words, and put it in front of their grandmothers. And their great-grandmothers, and find out from them how their spirit receives it, because that's where you need to take it. So, okay, I'm done.
I loved it. Oh, my goodness. Well, yeah. There is a place for our guest, Michelle. You're not going to get away. We must know what you thought of that one.
Well, I have to give it a smooch and a rose, because it was really speaking to my heart, and I was like, okay, I gotta find the song, and
yeah, that's right. Coming from a hip place is funny. See those red off folks.
And maybe because you're from California and that's where my son is, I don't know, but it really spoke to my heart.
Got it. All right. Well.
It spoke. It did speak. It spoke a lot.
I was just enjoying it with y'all.
It's okay to be honest.
That is totally fair. Well, not to repeat anything that has been said, but I will have to say I must agree with Nakia. It was just too secular. I'm not really into gospel, but it was just too secular to be believable in this genre. Okay, so no pass. I have to give it some fertilizer. No sweeties. For all your harmonizing, no. Well, we have
it sounds like we have a voice of reason has stepped in the house. The voice of reason. We mentioned the mighty men of faith, and the voice of reason appears.
Y'all hear that voice?
Hey.
Right on time.
Happy New Year, voice of reason.
Happy New Year, everybody.
All right.
Well, voice of reason, we must continue. Please stick around, and maybe you can give us a shout out on this next track. But pass on.
Okay. Well, we're going on to the next track. The next track up is called Nothing But Grace. Let's see.
Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father, Heavenly Father. From the rising to the setting of the sun, God gave us life when He gave His Holy Son. From the rising grace which came over me. He broke these chains that got a hold on me. I struggle sometimes, don't get the best of me. And he was there to shine his grace on me. Then he took me, he remade me, made me better than I was. Now here's the new me. I thought it would be easy. The devil came at me. Keep believing, keep praying, Lord, comfort me. God gives us blessings after blessings. God's love it's amazing. God gives us blessings after blessings. God's love it's amazing.
From the rising to the setting of the sun, God gave us life when He gave His only Son. From the rising to the setting of the sun,
He gave His life for us.
and it was nothing but grace.
And it was nothing but grace.
Nothing but grace.
And Lord, I give you the praise.
Lord, I give you the praise.
Lord, I give you the praise, the praise, the praise, the praise. He forgives us when we're doing wrong. He gives us strength to carry on. With all His grace and mercy, I know He's worthy to be praised. Got a hold on me, and He set me free. Love to feel like this. I'm a true believer, yes, I'm a true believer. Gives us blessings after blessings. God's love it's amazing. God gives us blessings after blessings. God's love it's amazing.
From the rising to the setting of the sun, God gave us life when He gave His only Son. From the rising to the setting of the sun,
He gave His life for us.
and it was nothing but grace.
It was nothing but grace.
And it was nothing but grace.
It was nothing but grace.
And Lord, I give you the praise.
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 I clap my hands, I stomp my feet.
I'm so thankful.
Lord, I lift you up. I clap my hands, I stomp my feet.
I'm so thankful.
Lord, I lift you up. I clap my hands, I stomp my feet.
I'm so thankful.
Lord, I lift you up. I clap my hands, I stomp my feet.
I'm so thankful. And it was nothing but grace. Nothing but grace. And Lord, I give you the praise. Lord, I give you the praise, the praise, the praise, the praise.
That was Nothing But Grace, and let's find out what the panel thinks. Panel, is Nothing But Grace getting smooches and roses, or will it be fertilizer? And let us start off with Miss Nakia.
Ronnie, why you giggle in the background?
That was me.
Okay. I like this one a lot better. I could actually hear the words clearly. It was a very beautiful song. I think that with their voice or their approach, their music is a bit more secular than what would be desired. However, I think that this particular song, it went well. So I'm going to give them some smooches and some roses. I just hope that they can kind of keep the tone down, away from the secular aspect of things. And like I say, I always revisit those of wisdom. Make sure that you're hitting it whenever you're on the spiritual scene. And this gospel music is my thing. The secular music is not really what I'm with. So, whoop, whoop.
Yes, Lady Nakia. Okay, excellent. And we are moving right on over to the Sunshine Princess of Poetry, Shani. Shani.
Yes. Okay. So I did not like the way this one actually started. And I just knew I was going to be ready to fertilize the out of it. But I didn't. I didn't. I think I like all genres of music. I do. They're skating on the thin line because they're trying to bring a certain something to the gospel music to reach younger children, younger adults, teenagers and stuff like that. And I think that that's good, but I don't think that they meshed it all together yet. However, I did like 98% of this song. So I am going to give it Smooches and Roses.
All right. Okay. Well, Mr. Ronnie B.
Well, let's see. The Mighty Men of Faith, winners of the Rhythm of Gospel Awards.
Okay, and?
The winner.
And?
The winners. Alternative Christian Gospel CD of the Year.
That explains a lot.
So it don't matter who you are and what rank you may have. You come on growing your mind and money, you can get fertilized. It is bad. Y'all are too rough. I'm giving the song to Smooch and Rose. I'm like Shiny. There was that 2%. I was like, what are you doing? But like I said, I think that they on that edge, and unfortunately, the purist, Empress of Faith, Nakia, maybe a little reluctant, but hey, Mighty Men of Faith, you know they're gonna come along. They're gonna come along.
I believe I have faith in them that they shall come along. But I think it's not the secular. This new age stuff is just not what I can't just receive it the way because it's just too much. It's just too much.
Okay, Granny.
Duly noted.
Dudley
go right.
I know she was going there. He a heathen anyway.
All right. Well, we must speak with you, Michelle. What did you think of that last track?
Well, I'm with Shawnee. I mean, I had that 2%. At first it was like fertilizer. And then I was listening to the words, and I was, thinking, okay, it's speaking to me. But it was too much of the same beat and melody that, so I'm with Shawnee, totally agree with her. But, so I'll be, since I heard what Ronnie B said, I'm going to have to do Smooch and Roses.
Democrat or Republican? Come on, lady. All right. Well, hey, I'm gonna have to. I hate to give it fertilizer, but I will. It's just too secular in tone, and I'm not really into gospel. But I'm glad other people like it. I'm really glad for their success. I think they deserve it. But, yes, if you out there listening, audience, if you like what you heard from Mighty Men of Faith, you can check them out on RadioDirectX.com.
That's right.
Open your board. Just past that level.
And you were hide out in the background. I didn't see you.
Well, let's check in with the voice of reason.
Go right ahead.
Mooching rolls of fertilizer.
Well, I mean, I would be tempted to give them more if they would have just sung it a cappella and left the music out.
All right.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would know they weren't. Excuse me.
You know, but since they messed it up with the music, I just hear them roll.
I like how you put that.
Yeah.
You did indeed mess it up. Shawnee, take it away.
That's right. So up next, Shiny Sunshine Lounge, Quiet Storm's interview with Michelle Puckett, Voices from the Ethers. Hey, stay tuned.
Mean and Lean in 2016.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, beautiful, just beautiful.
Oh, how adorable is that?
Edible Arrangements has a fresh fruit bouquet to make any occasion special. Our bouquets are made with fresh premium fruit, arranged in a variety of stunning displays. Make every occasion special with Edible Arrangements. Guys, the baby's over here.
Oh, all right. Okay, yes.
And don't even think about touching my edible arrangements.
For pickup or delivery nationwide, call 877-DO-FRUIT, 877-DO-FRUIT, or go to ediblearrangement.com. That's ediblearrangement.com. Yeah.
Oh, my. What a nice looking baby you got there.
Make all your special moments. Moments with Edible Arrangements.
Welcome back. Now, you know, we give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money. And yes, we do it all with love. Now it's time to visit the lounge. Beautiful, lovely, wonderful Shani. Please take it away.
Hey, I like that intro. Hey, that was Nakia Empress of Faith, and she did that. Okay, I'm supposed to be starting my segment. Welcome to Shiny's Sunshine Lounge. I am Shiny the Poet, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry. And over here, we feature a mixture of goodies that will stimulate your mind and, baby, maybe even having you tapping your feet. Yeah. Well, tonight we have an awesome poet, Chantel Honeycomb, performing Speak. DJ, that mic is hot.
My life was like a loaded gun, waiting for someone to use me, waiting to be pointed in any direction. My reflection was silver bullet clean. My look was me mugging me. Then a wise man came and said it was time for change, so I rearranged my thoughts and his words shot me back into reality. He told me that he preferred a more non-violent approach and that it was the silence of my presence that was the most deadly. Mama always said, baby, use your mouth, use your words. For too long we have been silenced. Now we are falling back into the traps of society, of being known as being too loud because we are black. But let me retract to bring back the facts. Our ancestors took lashes for saying their names. Now, in vain we remain in silence, too silent, too afraid, so we hide our voices deep in our throats as if we have the right to remain silent. For anything you say can and will be the deciding factor of life or death. In case you didn't catch it yet, let me reflect. Death or life a factor deciding the be will do or can. Or say you anything for silent remain not to right the have you. Like you have the right to not remain silent, for anything you say can and will be the deciding factor of life or death. So speak. Speak up, speak out, speak loud, speak now. For too long we have seen ourselves as victims, when in reality we are victors. For how could I see myself as powerless when I serve a God that is all powerful? I'm telling you. As I spoke these words, I could hear my heart speak as my mouth beat, and it reminded me of my favorite poet who once said that silence is deadly. No wonder they say to speak now or forever hold your peace. So my brother speak. So my sister speak. For until you speak, I will not rest in peace. I said until you speak, I will not rest in peace, but I will rest in pieces, trying to piece together the pieces of the puzzle that has me puzzled and perplexed, because I think it is preposterous that you have allowed fear to prevent you from fulfilling your purpose. And there has been a paradigm shift of paradoxes, and I pity the fool with a plethora of excuses, for they will perish. So cherish your words. Let these words move you to change. And if this is my last request, I beg of you, please open your mouth. Use your voice as an instrument to become instrumental. Please speak.
Well, hey now, panel. Is speak getting snaps or some rotten tomatoes? So we finna hit them, and we finna hit them quick. Snap, so rotten. All right. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
I want to hear from me.
Got a kid in the classroom to keep waving a hand in the air.
I know. I was calling you. Let's go. What you got? Me.
Man. I love that. That was like so on point and can pierce your soul in so many different ways and just flows just so smoothly. What I need to give a snap, so tap. What? Roses, chocolate candy.
I want y'all see the kids over here dancing. Get it, girl. Okay.
She got it. That's my jam.
Yeah. Voice of reason.
The voice of reason had to go back into the clouds.
Oh.
She was only in the studio for a moment. Much love to her.
Maybe it was an illusion.
Oh, wow.
And my feelings hurt. Okay. So I want to hear from the next amazing man in my life over here, Ronnie B.
And I'm good. Snap, and speak, girl. I'm with you. Speak.
and our wonderful guest, Michelle Puckett. How you feel about that piece? Snap for rotten tomatoes.
Heck, I'll give her snap, toe tap. I mean, just to say all the words so clearly and perfectly, but it did speak to my heart. But wow, that was awesome.
Yes. Quiet Storm, my love.
Oh, yes, that was outstanding. And, of course, snaps, smooches, and roses. She really touched on, some really poignant things happening today that should be spoken up about. And truth is always an attracting beacon of light. And that's really what she came with. That's exactly what she presented. I loved it. I could put that on replay all day.
That's what's up. And of course, for me, I'm like seriously digging that piece. And I'm picky, or at least that's what they tell me. But that piece spoke in so many different ways. And she did the hell out that piece. So, I hope that you enjoy this performance. speak that is at peace. Chantel Honeycomb. I'm like tearing her name up. I don't know why. She's going to be mad at me. But you can check her out on allgrumpyhouston.com. And, of course, you can check her out on YouTube. Before we continue, I want to shout out michaelsterlingfilms.com. Check them out. And now it is time to continue with our amazing interview with Michelle Puckett. Quiet Storm, my love. Please take it away.
Thank you, Shani. Michelle, I just want to really thank you for coming. Thank you for being our guest. And your very, very powerful sharing and authenticity. It was just really mind-blowing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it so much for being here and being able to share. Thank you.
All right. Well, in this segment, we will definitely be learning more about Michelle and some of the challenges she's faced as a business leader in the retail industry and having her own vision fulfilled. And Michelle, I'll just start by asking you, can you please share with us that aha moment that you had when you knew in your heart of hearts that designer resale was really the right business for you?
Oh, I sure can. I remember it like it was yesterday. After my son had his hit-and-run motorcycle wreck, and we were both lifted up by God, and we formed a nonprofit called Blooming Butterflies. And this organization, as a nonprofit, we help disadvantaged, battered women, disadvantaged families, and elderly start over in life. Well, during this time, a Craigslist ad came up, and it was for a small resale store, 1,700 square feet. And I thought, well, it can't be true. But I went and checked it out, and sure enough, it was for sale. And I went, wow, on Craigslist. So I said, okay, God, if it's meant to be, let it happen. Close the door if it's not supposed to be. And I went ahead and bought it. And I knew at that point, okay, well, I have to move. We were in a small place in Sugar Land, and I've been praying for years about this building in Houston. And it's the place before where I am now. And it was 8,500 square feet. So we made the move, and I just, okay, we're going for it. So that was my aha moment when I knew I was supposed to do designer resale.
Wow. Okay, well, that's pretty clear. Well, what circumstances, people, and especially new challenges come to mind or came into consideration as you went about doing the work to have Designer Diva LLC exceed all expectations? What kind of challenges?
I'm sorry, the building alone was a huge challenge. So when we moved from the 8,500 square feet, because they sold the property for everyone, I said, okay, we're just going for the gusto. Okay, God. And it was over 20,000 square feet, and the building was horrible. I mean, ceiling tiles flooded. It was gross smelling. It was terrible looking in there. And I had my image consultant, Carol Barella. She's very well known. And I said, okay, if she can see this, God, okay, then we're going to go forward like you want me to, okay? But it's not my choice, it's yours. I tell you what, that Carol, she walked in there, and there's black plastic bags there, and I was just thinking, she's going to look at me and say, I'm crazy. She turned around, looked at me, and she said, I can see the desk here, and I can see her checkout here, and I can see, I said, oh, okay, we're going to do this. And that's what we did. And we worked hard till 2 and 3 in the morning, many, many nights, trying to get this building in order. So it's just been a lot of challenges, electrical, anything you have with the building. Next moment it'd be an air conditioning leaking. Okay, everybody, turn it off. Let's go get the mops and buckets. But I think we've got probably pretty much all the kinks worked out now. So, but we'll always have challenges.
That is definitely true. I have to ask you, I just wonder, with all that going on This was a new business for you. And to have all that going on, plus have the added responsibility of getting people in the store to have it be successful. What has that been like?
Well, it's really, I have to tell you, I just looked to God. I have to tell you this one moment. I was so tired one day, and I said, okay, I'm going to go out back. I have a butterfly garden where I raise monarchs for blooming butterflies. And I laid down on the ground, and I said, okay, I'm going to lay here a minute. I'm just going to pray. And all of a sudden, it hadn't been 5 minutes, I hear, Michelle. And I said, what? I run in. 2,500 square feet of the ceiling had fallen to the ground inside the store. And I just walked over and I looked and I said, well, we didn't want that fur down anyway. I said, we really wanted to drop ceiling. So, okay, let's just start picking it up. But since then, I've never laid back down and taken, a moment like that.
Wow. Well, it says something, that response that you have there. But let me go forward. Now, can you please share with us, and I know that was a disappointment, but can you share another disappointment that really involved more working with others that still kind of has you shaking your head?
Oh, yes. I have written grants and business plans and formed companies, and I had a contractor, and we were unequally yoked, and I didn't realize that till, years later. We've been together, and I trusted her. I said, okay, I'm going to let go and trust you, and everything was going great. We were just flowing, and wow, then all of a sudden I started seeing some, different side to her. And, I said, okay, I'm going to learn from this, God, okay? She, stole my identity, fraud, forgery, theft. And, I said, okay, I trust. And I said, however, God speak to me, and I completely trust you. I don't trust man. I trust you, God, and I work for God and not man. And that's just how I handled the situation. It was just very hard, and I still shake my head to this day because there's issues I have to still, deal with at times from this.
I can imagine. Well, I trust that it was definitely resolved in your favor.
Oh, yes. Amen. Yes.
Well, let's go forward a bit. So you might say kind of opposite that last question. Can you please share with us a specific moment or event where your efforts and the work of the effort of others kind of brings a smile to your face?
Oh, yes, I can. We have over 5,500 consigners, and they're very loyal, and it's very nice because we're very straightforward. We speak the truth, as we heard earlier, and there's no hidden secrets. And with the clothes that are donated to Blooming Butterflies, because we're partnered, Designer Diva is partnered with Blooming Butterflies, we have a garage sale area out in the back area, 2,000 square feet, that you enter from the back alley every 3 months. And delivering the clothes that we do receive as donations from our consigners to battered women's shelters and helping the elderly and assisting living and taking my service lab, Sassy, to comfort them, and she prays. That, and God has sent people to paint the floors and build a runway and build walls. And, they just kept coming in the door. And no business capital, none whatsoever. I mean, this was just, I tell you, it was all God putting this together for me, for us.
Wow, I had no idea. Wow. It's amazing. Michelle, even just on that note, I could just continue to ask you questions, and we could talk forever, but it is time to hear from some of our listeners. These are folks that write us, that listen into our shows like this one, and we're going to do that right now with Mr. Ronnie B. Ronnie B., what do you hear from the ethers?
Well, I didn't know why Quiet Storm is usually over here in these ethers. I didn't know she had little goodies, and she has some of Miss Cookie's cakes and pies up here in the ethers. You know, she's been living large, y'all. But we do, let's see, but I do have her crystal ball, and let's see what's coming into view. Oh, I love Quiet Storm. There are two kinds of people, those who make excuses for their negative attitude and those who do what is difficult and make a real difference. Storm's interview with Miss Wells was revealing and opened my mind to the possibility of stepping up to the plate. I watch endless amounts of supposedly informative news that is, of course, not the mainstream media, but I'm learning from this show I am only missing out on knowing things from a point of view other than my self-imposed echo chamber, which allows me to reinforce my own debilitating, already negative points of view. I need Quiet Storm in my life. She is so calm and smooth. You could tell she is a deep thinker who keeps the positivism and optimism at the forefront. I love what Miss Wells said about it never being too late, and she has the credentials to back it up, not just paying lip service. Miss Wells is a rare, special lady. I hope and pray she runs for public office in Nebraska. We need her. I like Jamie Sparks. The music was great. He is smooth. We need more performers creating real music. And that was from John Mertz. And John Mertz, we thank you for the comments. And, hey, a lot of people have excuses to avoid doing what is difficult. And like our guest tonight, Quiet Storm, Nakia, Shani, Miss Cookie, they do what is difficult so they can have and be the kind of people they want to be. And that's why I hang out with them, and Miss Wells was great. Well, fans, I do but because of time, we can only get in that one ether tonight, but I promise you next week we will have more on GrumpyRadio.com. And Nakia, please take us to break.
Absolutely. Coming up in the next segment, the finale with Michelle Puckett, Food for Thought, and the Prosperity Work. All right, Ronnie B., take us a break.
They say, stop creditors from harassing you. Consolidate your credit card debt into a loan. They say, stop those annoying calls. Simply file bankruptcy. They don't say, consolidating credit card debt into a loan keeps you paying on that debt for years and more years with interest. They don't say, file for bankruptcy and say no to a car loan, no to a mortgage for up to 11 years. Don't file bankruptcy and ruin your credit for years. Don't get a consolidation loan and pay years and years. Get your credit card debt destroyed. Call Sharon, the debt destroyer. Sharon and her team of experts work hard to help you eliminate your credit card debt and get you and your credit back on track. No bankruptcy, no loans, your credit card debt eliminated. Have your credit card debt destroyed. Contact Sharon, the debt destroyer, at yourdebtdestroyed.com or call 888-431-2829, extension 2.
Welcome back. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money. I have to tell you that secret. You already know. We do it all with love. It is time for the finale. Ronnie B, take it away.
Thank you, Shawnee, and thank you, Miss Michelle. All your sharing has just been deep, authentic, and just really put you in a good spirit. You're just an amazing person. So come on over here, pull your chair up a little bit, and we have the finale.
All right, thank you.
All right, okay, Michelle, get a glass of water a little. She's looking a little thirsty there. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Now, thank you, Quiet Storm. That was so nice of you. Now,
Thank
Michelle, what challenges do you see lurking in the waters that'll try to slow you down or take you off the path from having your business succeed beyond expectations?
Well, money if I allowed it. Like I mentioned, not having any capital, business capital. But the enemy is always lurking, trying to steal your victory. But, I don't let it. And I say it because it's an it. And so I will not allow anything to get in the way of my career being successful and exceeding beyond expectations.
All right, you say it's always there lurking. My mother used to say, remember, the devil got a job too.
That's right.
Right.
Hey.
All right. Now, you have been in business for you're not a rookie. You've been around a while, and just between your work experience, being an entrepreneur, and being the head of nonprofits, and just working in the community, you have seen some things happen.
Yes, I have.
And what we're going to ask you to do is share 2 pitfalls. You may know more, but just 2 that just stick out. 2 pitfalls you have seen people fall into when it comes to being consistent in their action, for fulfilling their dreams, growing their careers, improving their wealth, their health. 2 pitfalls.
Okay. Well, one, I see this so many times. Money starts coming in, and they want to start expanding and growing and buying this and buying that. But staying debt free is challenging and it's rewarding. And when I see people drive around with the fancy cars, and I'm not saying it's not okay to do that. I mean, God wants us to have nice things, but you need to pay it forward. Always remember to pay it forward with God's guidance, so it's done properly. The other thing would be, I just have to stress on growing too quick. There's so many ideas that'll hit you in opportunities, so you have to really pray about each before proceeding to that.
And when you say growing too quick, can you give a little bit more insight into that?
Yes. Like I went from 1,700 square feet to 8,500 square feet to 20,000 square feet. Okay. Well, that, wasn't by choice. It was by guidance. But some people say, okay, I want another location. You see this building, you say, oh, this is frontage road, and I could get that building. We could do an exclusive of this type of a store, and so you can really reach out and keep going, but you have to say no. Focus on what you have at hand and build that first, and that's yeah.
Okay, I got it. Focus on before you sitting up here trying to move all in the Donald Trump territory. Make sure you can take care of your little backyard. Okay, all right.
That's exactly right.
Get that flowing first. Now, would you please share with us one practice you use daily to keep yourself in action and focused on the results you intend to produce?
I truly honor God by thanking Him, for my body, my mind, soul, and the Holy Spirit. And truly every night before I leave, usually the last one there until, late at night, and I am praying. And a lot of times I'm having loud, Christian music playing, and I'm dancing and singing and throughout the, the showroom floor. And when I leave, I'm like, okay, it's all clean. We're ready to go for tomorrow. So that's how I feel, is just honor God by thanking Him constantly every day.
All right. Okay. Now, what do you have on your plate, and how can our listeners learn more about Designer Diva and some of the projects that you're involved with?
Well, first I want to say, if I'm able to, where we're located. It's 11324 Westheimer and Cross Street Hayes. And we will be having beautiful fashion shows. As I said, an angel came in and built a runway down the center of 28 jewelry display showcases. And so we're going to have fashion shows and fundraisers and garage sales for Blooming Butterflies. And we have an online shopping store that I have been working hard to get up and going for Designer Diva, and an online shopping store for yesterday's hang-ups. So we have many profits and nonprofit entities going at one time. And thank goodness for whiteboards, so I can keep them all flowing correctly. And but yes, we have many new functions. We have even our own dress design going to be coming out soon. We have a Parisian seamstress on site. She studied in Paris, France, and she can actually take anything you have and create it. I've seen her take the bridal gowns, strip them down, and create a dream dress that the bride wanted. So we're very excited for what upcoming projects we have going on at Designer Diva.
All right. And is that is there a website?
Oh, yes. It's Designer Diva, of course, DIVA, LLC.com. So DesignerDivaLLC.com. And please go and like us on Facebook. I'd appreciate it. And Blooming Butterflies. And Blooming Butterflies is bloomingbeautifulbutterflies.org. And so we're hand in hand together, working the two entities. So please visit us and like us.
All right. And remember that address is in Houston, Texas, for our listeners who happen to don't be in Texas. Now, thank you, Michelle. I so appreciate you being on our inaugural taping for 2016. We are lean and mean in 2016, so we needed somebody to clear the muck out of our space. So thank you for being on Grow Your Mind and Money, and please come back.
Oh, yes, thank you. Please have me back. I've enjoyed everyone. Thank you so very much, and all the listeners. Thank you.
All right. And next time I'll make sure we have cookies, but stick around for the rest of the show. And I wonder, I wonder what special dish Nakia has whooped up for us on Food for Thought. Miss Empress, what you got for us?
Well, let's see. I'm all about that faith. I am meant to live a great life. As I begin the new year, 2016, I step out in faith. I am excited to know that God has given me all that I need to have a great life. It is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. I greatly accept the energy, life, and love of spirit move through me easily and effortlessly. I open myself to divine ideas and discern what is mine to do. I am blessed with unlimited possibilities to experience God, opportunities to connect with the divine, arrive in new and unexpected ways. Yes, they do. I am now conscious of others' expressing kindness, joy, and peace. I feel one with all that is. I feel certain that my circumstances will work out favorably, perhaps in unimaginable ways every day. As I deepen my connection with God, my faith grows even stronger. I am meant to live a great life. Say it. Woo! I am meant to live a great life. Given the theme, faith, I will remove all barriers and continue my faith walk as I have been doing so. And dispelling any negativity and removing all the walls and the barriers and the naysayers and the ones who want to push me too quickly, push me too fast, and push me beyond what God has divinely placed in my spirit to do. I will not react or respond just because I see what others are doing and I feel incompetent or inferior or unable. But I will continue to trust in God and move graciously and humbly in faith toward the vision and the plans that He has designed and created for me. So therefore it will be blessed and will be on His time and not mine. Over to Quiet Storm for the prosperity work.
Thank you, Empress of Faith. Preparing the space for miracles. This is a great time of the year to clear out the muck, old relationships with people or things, old ideas that have only brought you pain or loneliness. When you clear out the space, you create a vacuum. That's right, a vacuum, a clear slate, a clear space for new possibilities. Be quick and fill your space with faith, with your desires, and with grace. The work. Clean out your closet, clean out your car, clean out all your old emails and computer files. Cleanse your mind for prosperity. Heaven forbid you delete something that forces you to create newly, freshly, perhaps more passionately and boldly. Say this affirmation daily. I dissolve in my own mind and in the minds of all others any idea that my own can be withheld from me. No person, thing, or event can keep that from me, which the universe has for me now. Share your list with at least one person daily and invite them to participate. And remember, demand a miracle.
A world of peace and prosperity, one listener at a time. Until next time, grow your mind and your money, 'cause yeah, it's a beautiful thing.